computer. Okay. Okay, hello everyone again.
That,
we are recording. Hold on. As for the quorum, I just will repeat for the recording. We have Karen Ann, Joanne, Joy Rona on the phone, and Elena Tester, and we have Debbie and Hope with us. So we are ready to start the meeting. So we call the meeting to order at 6:07. Joy.
got it.
6:07. Joanne, did you have time to read the minutes Karen Ann sent us? I just saw it right now. The minutes of your last meeting.
No.
Of our last meeting? No, I just put it, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I just put it together. I apologize that it was so late, but I also had the treasurer's report to do and the minutes for a meeting I have tomorrow morning. And the reason it was taking me so long was because I was trying to figure out how the heck to do it considering the issues I had with the internet. Joy couldn't hear, so she couldn't take notes. So I said I was just going to take it off the video, and then the video was all screwed up. So yes, the minutes of that meeting were sent at like 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay, so I just saw them.
My computer is not talking to me,
Okay.
so I haven't read it yet.
Okay, that's okay. Then we'll skip those minutes. Let's just continue. I just wanted to have this question. So as we have, before we start from, well, we have approval of minutes. Let's start. Then chairman report. So we'll skip the minutes from the last meeting. It was last Wednesday. It was a hiring committee meeting. We got a little in problems there. Actually, first I got really upset. I was a little scared because I did not pay attention. We filed it as a special meeting. It's a special regular meeting, something like this. So I just want to make an official correction that it was not a special meeting and it was not a regular meeting. It was a hiring committee meeting. That's why we did not have to have quorum there to hold the meeting. It was just the meeting for the discussion. So there was not valid vote could be taken during that meeting, and we could not have 4 participants in that during that meeting. If we would have 4 participants, then it would be a quorum for the regular meeting, and it works on a different level. We had to notify the town differently. We had to notify every member because we'd done nothing of it. So it was just a hiring committee meeting.
Well, Karen put that on the town. So it was notified through the town, okay? Yes. And we did have 4 people.
But the name was, I know. So that's why we got a little bit messed up there. That's what I'm saying, but we are all learning. And the learning curve is getting flatter and flatter. It's okay, so we're getting better. But at this point, I want to apologize and bring official apology because Karen and I did see that agenda, but I did not notice the name of the meeting. And the meeting, so
let's not worry about the name of the meeting right now.
No, that's
Karen
important.
Ann is sick.
Okay,
sick. Let's get this done.
But I was under the impression that if we just said it was a subcommittee meeting, then it didn't have to go through the town and it didn't have to go through, having a full quorum and all of that sort of stuff, which is why I called it a special meeting because we did go through the town and.
No. So all the public meetings, if 2 people who are officially elected by the town or unofficial board are appointed, 2 people meet, that's a meeting. So we have 3 types of meetings: committee meetings or subcommittee meetings, which do not need the quorum, but you have to file the agenda as usual and name it as a committee meeting, or special meeting or regular meeting. So a special meeting needs a quorum, regular meeting needs a quorum. We could take decision during special and regular meeting. We cannot take decision during any committee meeting, policy committee or hiring committee. So it's okay, it's my mistake. I apologize for that. I missed it, and we'll make sure that it won't happen again. So that's number 1. Let's start from minutes, approving the minutes from last regular meeting, Friday, November 13th. Does anyone have any questions regarding those minutes?
No.
Okay, so I'll move to approve the minutes from Friday, November 13th as they are without any amendments. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Joy. Second. Okay, all in favor for this motion, please signify by saying aye and raise your hand. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimously, all four. Okay, this is behind us. So, next in our agenda is chairman's report. So we have a very good news about lawyer. If you remember, during our last meeting, we had like 4,000, over 4,000 fees charged. The lawyer charged us over $4,000 fees. So we had a very productive conversation with Mr. O'Donnell, with a great help of Debbie. He ended up waiving all those charges for the whole year. So we owe him nothing. We just officially want to again say thank you to Debbie and thank you to Mr. O'Donnell for doing it to us. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Mr. O'Donnell. So communications. As for the communications, I would say about chair's report first. I was told on multiple occasions that we have to advertise the opening of the position officially before we can start accepting resumes or anybody who is interested.
Of course. You can't accept anything before there's an official.
No. I found out that we do not have to, in our particular situation, we do not have to officially advertise the opening of the position. We would have to do it only if we would be a federal organization. There are 4 different positions when we had to do it. As our small business library, we would have to do it only in one, I checked the laws, only in one case. If in our policies and bylaws clearly mentioned that the opening of the positions need to be advertised, because it is not mentioned anywhere. So we definitely can advertise. We definitely can continue that work. It doesn't stop us. But in accordance with the law, we are open to accept the internal applications. So
now, wait a minute. You're talking about advertising for the director's position.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, at the meeting Wednesday, it was decided by 4 of us.
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Excuse me.
Hold on, we will have it.
Would you mind?
Sure. Joanne.
Just wait a minute. Okay, we decided that we feel that the library is not ready to hire a new director, that there are many structural things that have to be reviewed, and that our co-directors right now have been going through and straightening out books and finding all kinds of duplicate expenses, all kinds of things like that. All of that needs to be done before we hire a director, number 1.
Julian, I have to stop you. Julian,
Elena, just a minute.
Julian.
Just a minute. That's not fair. That's not fair.
No.
I will come back to the other thing we decided is that we have not set up the committee the way it's recommended that we do in the handbook. We went through that. And so we are following the state guidelines. And we passed a motion, whether it's binding or not, I don't know, but we passed a motion that we will wait until next spring in order to hire it. And we will keep our co-directors until that point and then discuss the issue again. So
Okay.
that's what this board has decided.
Okay, no. So
No, you
first of
can't
all,
say no
hold on,
because
hold
four
on.
of us
Julian,
decided.
I'm sorry. We have to hold the agenda. We have this question in our agenda. I mentioned this
You
question.
can put it in your agenda, but now you change the agenda and
Julian,
you say it is discussed, but we're not going to do it.
We do, my dear Jan, no offending. I really do not want to offend your feelings. It's just we have to follow the agenda. If we change the order in the agenda,
Well,
we will have
the
to.
agenda is that we're discussing the opening and deciding not to
Okay,
go forward.
we will. It's just we do not skip this question. This question is going to be number 7 in our today's agenda, tonight's agenda. If we start, I started to say it just for one reason. Because it was a time of chair's report. So I report whatever I found out. That's what I reported, whatever happened. We do not go into discussion. There was no unrespect towards you that I tried to stop you. It's just, there is a procedure, Joanne. There is a procedure that if we want to change the places of the questions in our agenda, we actually will have to make a motion. So the question which you are talking about is number 7. In our agenda. So we will get there. And as I already understood, there are lots of serious mistakes done on top of what I knew, but we'll get there when we talk about it in number 7. Okay? At this point, there was no irrespect. We cannot jump from question to question. It's very important for people outside of the meeting. They need to know that the meeting starts at 7 or 6, that the question number 7 will take at least half an hour. They may get in a half an hour to the meeting, exactly for that question. So we have to follow up the agenda. I'll let you speak as much as you want, but when the question is up. So I know you and you, I know you don't know, but please don't take it as the unrespect. There is no unrespect. It's just a little waiting time, that's all, okay? But you'll explain it all, so I promise you.
Okay, so Elena, who in particular says we don't have to open this to a public advertisement?
Let's talk about it back. So I found it, I Googled the laws for this hiring.
No. Okay, Elena, you keep saying I Googled the laws, but what laws? Who is saying this is what I want to know.
That's a
what law? What law?
Okay, let's talk about it. Listen, we don't have to talk about it.
No, Elena, I just want a specific. What law? That's all I want to know. You say you Googled the law. I could just Google the law and I don't know.
You know what? I Googled state statute and that will get it.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. You Googled Connecticut state statutes for libraries.
And well, I Googled reference to it. So I will find it reference to Connecticut state statute, and that will make sure that we have official state statute. But again, it's not the reason for argument at all.
I'm not asking for an argument. I'm asking for a clarification.
Yes. Okay. So if first of all, we as a board, so nobody takes decision on themselves. We have to follow the rules. So as soon as we are all agreeing, we move on. That's all. So I just sharing in my chair's report what I found out. That's all. So at this point, let's move on, and then we'll get back to it. And there is no really reason to fight. So on that basis, we go to communication. From communication, when I found out what I just shared with you, I shared it with Debbie, and I just asked Debbie if she would be interested in the position. So she said yes, she would be interested in the position, and she sent me official letter of interest towards the position of being a director. So that's all where it goes. That's all the explanation. So if we...
Okay, Elena, can I ask why this isn't being discussed under number 7?
No, because it's communication. And I received the official letter from Debbie. So I am obligated by the law, Karen Ann. I know you're not feeling well, but I'm sorry. I am obligated by the law to follow our agenda. So in communication,
I understand you have to follow the agenda, but you just told Joan she couldn't talk because it was all number 7. I'm trying to figure out why this isn't number 7.
Because this is communication. I received the letter. That's the only letter which I received, and I have to represent this letter during the communication part. Okay, so fine. I received the letter from Debbie, and it was a letter of interest in the position of the director. That's it. So now we can move on. Now we can move. Any more questions about communications? Debbie, do you have any communications on top of what I had? Do you have any communication?
I do.
It's on.
No, nothing besides the email that I sent you.
Okay, very good. Okay, then we move to number 6, new business. In accordance with our policies, we have to, we don't have to, but we may re-elect all the officers. I just would like today, during the December meetings, during the December regular meetings, I just wanted to make comment that I think we had a very serious learning curve, made a lot of mistakes, cost us a lot of money. So I personally would encourage, particularly Karen Ann, if it's possible, do not give up her position of treasurer, but officially we are open for the re-election of the positions at this point. And I don't know, do you have any format suggestion? How do you want to do it? Or I'll go along with my suggestions.
Well, considering the fact that you and Joy are the only ones here since the last election last December, I think we need to be, not just say, oh, we'll just re-elect everybody. I think we really need to discuss.
Well, we could not.
And that's going to be hard to do without Sarah and Kathy here.
Well, then, in accordance with the law, the time is for this during this meeting. So we cannot do it forever. Plus, until you got on the board, Karen Ann and Kathy, we could not hold the meetings. So we started hold the meetings together when you started, guys, to get on the board. Without you, we could not hold the meetings. So we all started all together. At this point, we have a quorum. We can take all the decisions we want. Let's put this way. I don't know how else to do. We cannot postpone it for the second meeting. Can anybody guarantee that the next regular meeting will have more than we have now? Nobody can guarantee.
No, but you know, Elena, the way I'm feeling right now, I almost didn't show up. And then you wouldn't have a quorum to be voting on any of this.
Well,
and the only reason I showed up was because we had the meeting on Wednesday. And I'm ready to leave this meeting and leave you guys without a quorum and just say, screw this. Because I told you, I have a fever of almost 100. I don't feel good. And I really have a problem. I ended up as treasurer because I missed a meeting. And someone decided they would vote me in as treasurer.
Okay, you don't want to, okay, then it's...
And no. So my point is, I don't like the idea of voting in officers when all 6 people aren't here, because I know how I felt when that happened to me.
Okay, so let's do at least something. As you, let's say, is there anybody who is interested in giving up their position? Karen Ann, or Joy, or me? And those are 3 positions we have. I am a chair at this point. Karen Ann, I
don't think we should be asking if anybody wants to give up their position. We should be asking if somebody wants a position.
Okay.
And without Kathy and Sarah here, how do we know if they want a position?
So
I'm kind of, can I say something?
Sure, Joy.
Yeah.
I'm kind of under the same thinking here. We should probably table this, make a motion to table this number 6 to our next meeting. Just, Elena, I know we may not have more than 4 people in the next meeting, but maybe Sarah Jean and Kathy would want a position and they can't make it, because I know, Karen Ann, you're sick and you're only here because you are here. I mean, God forbid if I had 101 fever or something like that, I wouldn't be here either. I mean, it's tough. I know we only have 6 people on the board. We have 4 positions, but maybe somebody else wants a position. We don't know. I mean, it's tough to say, does anybody want a position or give up their position when we only have 4 to play with?
Well,
so maybe we can take a motion, table this to our next meeting, send out an email specifically saying, if you want a position, if you're interested in a position, if you want to nominate anybody, you need to show up to next month's meeting.
Well,
And just put it out there, because this is a busy season. This is the holiday season. People can't make meetings. People have other things on their mind. Maybe this is the wrong time to do it. I don't know. But I just would feel really bad if somebody else wanted a position and we didn't vote them in or nominate them because they weren't there.
I completely agree with everything Joy just said. That's exactly how I'm feeling.
Okay.
All right.
So you want to table, but oh, hold on. Oh no, that's Nazi Cassie.
It's not that I want to table. I think that would be the best idea with everybody else's. The best thing to do for everybody involved.
Joy, can I ask you, are you going to be on the next regular meeting? Because next regular meeting is supposed to be, I guess, on Friday again, because we filed the January 2. Are you going to be on the next meeting?
We're supposed to change our meeting time this time, right?
Well, we filed the January, but we can try to change it and just try to change it for the January including. We're supposed to do it.
Well, then if we do that, we're going against our bylaws, because we're supposed to be making our yearly meeting time and date tonight.
Up to January. So.
Oh, after the January meeting? Okay.
No. We are doing it this meeting, but up to January 2022. So it's okay. So you want to take?
I don't want to go through. I don't want to have another year of Friday night meetings, because I'm missing out on going out for dinner with my family.
Okay,
family time. I can't do this again for Friday.
Good. We'll do it. That's our next question. So let's first, please, I'm sorry, no being rude to interrupt. It's just let's finish up with re-election of officers. So at this point, we have a vacancy, vice chair vacancy. So before we table it, I'd like to ask Joanne, if you have any interest in anything now?
No. Let's just don't ask, Elena. Let's just table it.
Okay, let's table it. Okay, so
Thank you.
Table this question. Okay, fine. Okay, we table this question. Next question then. Regular meeting schedule for the next year. So I received the information from everyone. We really have no dates available. If to put everyone together, I could not do Mondays, but looks like I'll have to give up my Mondays and rearrange something with my son. So the only opening which fits everyone is Monday. So we are talking about Monday, and let's start it from January. There is a question though. I'll have to coordinate it with town clerk, because we probably filed up to January meetings. We may have to hold the January meeting again on Friday, but after that it would be Mondays. But I'll have to make sure and check it with our town clerk. But otherwise, let's just hoping that we have way to start it from January. Then Mondays, Karen Ann, Joanne, Joy. As I understand, they work for you.
Yeah, as long as it's not too early. I work till 5 o'clock on Monday. I would like to be able to have time to come home and have dinner. 6 o'clock, it's pushing it.
Let's do 7 p.m. We're talking about all meetings 7 p.m. Will that be working?
I would much rather have 7 p.m.
Okay, Joy, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was just making sure we're talking about Monday at 7 p.m. Which Monday of the month?
So, do you want to do first Monday, or you want second? What works for you?
Second.
Let's do second. Second Monday of the month. Yep. We'll try it from next January, but I'll have to check it with town clerk. If no, it will start on February.
Okay.
That's going to be January 11th.
January 11th.
February 8th.
Yeah, well, we'll check the dates. So, it's a second Monday. Yeah, second Monday of every month. 7 p.m. Okay. Can I move on to the next?
Okay, can I just say something quick?
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at January schedule for the town and library board is not on it. All the
Hold on. Bad connection. Is it my connection? Or Karen Ann's? Does everyone hear me? Do you hear me?
Yep.
Then Karen Ann, we lost you for a moment. So I think she tried to say that the library board is not there in January. Okay, we'll check it.
When the library board doesn't always hit the town calendar when I go out and look at the calendar. I have no idea why.
No, we were supposed to be. We are
Yeah.
supposed to be on the calendar.
Yeah, I have no idea why that happens.
Yeah, well, we'll have to check it and make sure that it does happen correctly. So we'll have to vote though. We can't vote without Karen Ann.
No, and she might try to come back in.
Yeah.
She might try to do it again.
So for now, let's take a moment and I'll check the schedule for the library if we have anything for January schedule.
Do you want the dates for the second Mondays of the month for the year?
Sure.
It would be January 11th,
Okay.
February 8th, March 8th,
Okay.
April 12th,
Okay.
May 10,
Okay.
June 14,
Okay.
July 12,
Okay.
August 9,
Okay.
September 13th,
Okay.
October 11th,
Okay.
November 8th, and
Okay.
December 13th.
Okay. And we need January too.
For January 2021,
Yeah. No, 2022.
that would be January 10th.
We need to provide for 13 months. Say it again, 10th.
January 10.
Okay. So we're doing second Monday of the month, 7 p.m. Okay.
Yep.
It's not in the schedule. So I guess we are okay for that January. Not on the schedule on the town side. You know what? We cannot move on. I'll have to call Cassie or Kara. I don't want to bother Karen Ann. She's obviously not feeling very well. Just give me a second. Sorry. Oh, Karen Ann is back here. Good. Thank you, Karen Ann. We lost you. Thank you. Okay, so Cassie does not pick up. Yes, we checked. No January meeting scheduled on the town side. So that's okay. Looks like we're okay starting from January. So let's make a motion. We have to make a motion. I move to, does anybody else wants to make a motion? Otherwise, I'm the only one.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Joy.
I make a motion to make the 2021 Wellington Public Library Board of Directors meetings on the second Monday of the month at 7 p.m. starting with February, going through to January 2022.
Yeah, starting in January, though. We hope from January to January. Yeah.
Okay, so would our January meeting be on Friday 8th or Monday the 11th?
As I understand, 11th.
Okay.
January 11th. Hi, Cassie. Okay. So I second it. So now we are in discussion. Let me explain everything to Cassie, just to make sure she's with us. Cassie, you are muted. You are muted. We can't hear you.
I know that. I'm trying to close it. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay. So we just made a motion to schedule our regular meetings for every second Monday of the month at 7 p.m. Mondays, you said, were working for you.
These are the special meetings, not the regular meetings. We're keeping those on
We're talking
Fridays.
about regular meetings.
Okay.
Regular meetings every second Monday of the month.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, 7 p.m. So are we ready to vote? If we are ready, any more discussion? If no more discussion, then we'll move to vote. Everyone in favor of this motion, please signify by saying aye. And raise your hand. Aye, unanimously. The motion passed. Another important question, budget meeting schedule. So to schedule our budget meetings, we need to schedule them all during January, as we are supposed to provide our budget on February 4th to the Board of Finance. Means the budget must be prepared. So my suggestion, because we all know we can do Mondays, and we have only one regular meeting on Monday, which is Monday, January 11th. How about if we will schedule special budget meeting on Monday, January 4th, on Monday, January 18th, on Monday, January 25th, and on Monday, January 1st.
February 1st.
Oh, February 1st, I apologize. Yeah, February.
Right, we're really going to need 4 of them?
We need to schedule 4 because the problem is we cannot schedule more. We can cancel them. If we are done earlier, we just cancel leftover of the meetings. But we need to have them in the schedule. So we will need, we will need 4 meetings. So
never had 4 meetings before with the years I've been on the board, but that's okay.
Well, we really messed up with the last year budget. So I don't want to do the same this year. So let's take extra time. If we are done earlier, that's perfect. We just cancel the leftover of the meetings. That's all. So what do you think? That way, in January, every Monday we'll have a meeting. On the January 11th regular meeting, on January 4th, 18th, 25th, and February 1st, we'll have our budget meetings. 7 p.m.
If we have a meeting on January 4th, that means none of us can attend the Board of Selectmen's meeting.
Oh, there is a Board of Selectmen's meeting that date?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can do, how about another open date for the 4th meeting is Thursday. The only question we have is Cassie, if you could make Thursday, January 8th, just one Thursday. I know you don't like Thursdays, but you have some flexibility there.
I'd rather not, because I'd rather not. I'd rather not skip that particular Thursday. Can we do it a different night of the week?
So can we do another Thursday then? Thursday?
I'd rather not do Thursdays. I have another standing commitment on Thursdays. So
okay, so then I will even cross it for you. So then another, the rest of the days are all taken. Monday was the only day open. Monday, we can do it on Saturday, which doesn't really look good. Plus, Sarah Jean will not be able to do Saturday. So how about if we'll do, how about if we will do Wednesday, January 6th. Sarah Jean said she cannot do Wednesdays, but there is no way we'll have to go with 5 people then, because all the rest of the people are, that's the only opportunity. We'll miss Sarah. Because the other days have 2 or 3 people who cannot make it. So at this day, at least just Sarah is the only one who cannot make the meeting. So let's do it again. So January, no, not January. Yes, January 6th. January 6th, which is Wednesday, 7 p.m.
And we're doing that one in lieu of which one, so that the selectmen's meeting is available?
No, that's
an addition?
Yes. So we will not have on January 4th.
Okay.
So we could attend selectmen's meeting.
Got it.
And we will do that week only. We'll do Wednesday the 6th.
I can do that, I think.
How about the rest? Joanne, Wednesday.
That works.
Karen Ann.
That's even before the semester starts, so I'm free.
Okay, Joy, you.
That's in place of January 4th, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I'll do it.
Okay, budget. Okay. Budget meetings and regular meetings, 7 p.m. So it's all going to be 7 p.m. Okay, wonderful. So let's then, let's summarize. The budget meetings, Joy, do you have a pen there? Can you write it down?
Already got it.
Budget meetings are going to be on January 6th, January 18th, January 25th, and January 1st.
February.
February 1st, thank you. February 1st, 7 p.m. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, we ready to make a motion for that? Yeah,
You want me to make a motion?
go ahead.
All right, I make a motion to have the Wellington Public Library Board of Directors budget meetings on January 6th, January 18th, January 25th, and February 1st, 2020 at 7 p.m.
2021.
2021.
2021. Sorry. Thank you.
It's okay.
Okay, I second it. Any questions? Any discussion? Okay, everyone who is in favor of this motion, please signify by saying aye and raising hand.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Passed unanimous. Okay, now question number 4. Debbie, that's your part. Is the use of Mr. North's investment account.
Okay, we have someone to speak, our new IT specialist. I'm not sure if maybe it'd be appropriate. I know we're skipping numbers here. I'm not sure if we should have him speak first or talk about the money. I guess what I want you to know is that above the money that we had received from the grant, we did not purchase any computers. We've had Mr. Lopez here, and well, long story short, in our notes, with having the grant money, we had asked our prior IT person to come in and help us as far as figuring out what we needed as far as computers. And he no longer is working for us. He had like 100 balls in the air, dropping 10 every day. So he felt that at this time, since we had some money and we were looking into the computer situation, that it would be a good time to introduce someone else and this way start them from the ground floor up. We happen to have a wonderful gentleman who has spent many hours and days already here at the library, helping us out with what to do. To say the least, we are a mess. There is nothing that is working correctly. Everything's outdated, and Mr. Lopez can explain that to you. But it definitely needs to be done before our computers or any computers are purchased. Matter of fact, once this infrastructure and whatnot is done, it should help our computer situation immensely. So we're prioritizing, we're not putting the cart before the horse, we're getting things in order. We need to start with the infrastructure and get that again. We're working like with everything else in this library lately, establishing a foundation and building from there. We're not putting Band-Aids on anything anymore. But to do this, because there was not enough money anyways in the grant for doing that, we're gonna need to spend the money we have. We have from Mr. North, and I checked in our different investments. I went back to 2005, and his money has been moved around in a number of places. I'm pretty sure that I've got it down pat where it is now. He had given us originally back in 2005 money that was put in a CD and property money, which was at that time, I believe, like over $250,000. That money was allocated for only technology. We've not tapped into that as of yet. And it's been sitting there. I got a little nervous because I thought, you know, where the heck was it? I couldn't find it. Again, as time's gone on, it's been moved around and put in different investments and whatnot. Collectively, and if I'm right, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, we have over $300,000 now as far as his investments and earnings that we've made on it over these last 14, 15 years. Now is the time. The time has come, and I don't know why the heck we didn't use this money prior. We're always saying we don't have money, but yeah, we do. And this money is for technology. Things like buying computers, things like investing in our infrastructure, our IT system. We need to do that going forward, and it cannot wait. In the spring next year, we're hoping that the Connecticut Education Network, along with the state library E-rate system, they're working on creating a grant, and hopefully it will go through. And if it does, no guarantees, we might be able to get some money from them as far as what else would need to be done down the line. But for now, we need to bite the bullet, literally take this money and start taking care of you know, our IT problems and situation. And it's detrimental in the library that this stuff be taken care of. Again, Mr. Lopez can explain better than me, you know, how that's all going to look. But our position is, as co-directors, that it cannot wait. It has to get done as soon as possible, because that again will establish a foundation, and then we can build and go from there. We do have the money. It's time that we spend it.
Okay.
And
So
so what it will all cost, it is not going to be cheap. It's an investment that we can make, and because of still in the auditing process as far as discovering what exactly we have and what we need, we can't give you a figure as far as what it will cost. It will cost nothing as far as compared to what we have money. So, I mean, we're not using up all that we have, not anywhere near that. But there is money there that we do have to spend, and we have to do it. No more waiting.
okay, so
Deb, can you do me a favor? As treasurer, can you send me what accounts that money is in?
Actually, I think I can.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, Karen Ann, it's in 3. Part of it, there is about $50,000 in our library money market. There is about $29,000 in our library 20-month CD, and there's $254,000 in our library STIF investment account, which totals
Okay.
$133,357.85.
Yeah.
So
that's all the same money.
yeah, it just got, you know, I'm sure as time went on, they took money and put it where they could make the most money, and that's what it looks like in 2020.
Okay, so I've seen that 50,000 on the monthly reports,
Yeah.
and I know, and I had no idea what it was,
Yeah.
where it was from, I should say. And
that's just it. Things got moved around. It wasn't easy doing this. I asked Tish at the time to help me, and I'm going on about a lot of stuff as far as what I remember, what Brittany, our other director, had shared with me, what we started off with, what we had up to a certain point. But that's another bad thing around here too. When we do something, we don't have record of what we're doing. Nobody's saying when we put something into an account, we have a paper trail. We let Tish know in a line item. We keep record in our files. I mean, we're recording what we're doing with what money, because things like this, I guess, they do get moved around, and then we don't know where we end up or what we have. And like with Mr. North, that was for technology. Thank goodness it didn't get used. I'm sure people are thinking that money maybe was going to be used for part of doing our downstairs basement. No.
that's what I thought the STIF money was for.
No. Well, I'm not surprised. I think a lot of people thought that, again, because nobody kept track of what went where, why, and when. And it should have. That's, again, just probably bad money managing. I'm not sure what that's about, but.
Thank you.
So what, do you need us to vote on something, on anything with that? And that's number one. And second, Debbie, you said it's not going to be cheap. Do you have any idea how much it's going to cost?
No, that's what I said. We have no idea. No idea.
Not even approximately 5,000 or 50,000. You don't
We're
know.
still
Okay.
looking into what needs to be done, Elena.
Okay.
If they need to completely redo the infrastructure,
And we do.
before they get new computers, it's not going to be 5,000.
I know.
No, well, that's just it. We may not need new computers because right now our computers have not been updated. I mean, things like we don't even have a firewall. We don't have any kind of protection. How that ever happened is beyond me. We're a public building with important information. People, you know, and again, I'm sorry, Mr. Lopez can explain that better, but our computers don't run well, not because it's the computers, because Mr. Lopez has checked them and they're actually wonderful. It's because of how they're running not up to par or at all that is having the problem with the computers. It is not the computers being old by themselves. It is, that's what I'm saying, one thing has to get done before another. Once the beginning gets done, then the computers would be the least of our problems, and I'm understanding that they can last for a lot longer than what we think. We do not have to go replacing them anytime soon after the initial foundation is built.
Okay. So,
Which is great news.
so you do not need us to vote on anything at this point with this.
Yeah,
particular question.
you have to let us know if we can, if that money you're gonna let us spend for it. We don't have the figures, so I can't say, geez, can we have $30,000? But can you at least say, you guys, the money's there, so yeah, let us know what you need and we can then vote and you can decide then. But if you had to tell us we can have the money or we can't start anything.
So we cannot tell you have the money as much as you need. We can tell
No,
you
that's what I said.
move
No.
on. We can tell you you can
It's available.
you could move on. Yes, with this question, we allow you to pursue this particular project.
Well, we're already doing that. We had no choice in the matter. That, you know, that all came up when we wanted to try to buy computers with the grant money. It was a rude point because you know, that's
To give an example, the first thing we're going to need to buy or purchase that we're looking into is a firewall, because we found out that the library literally has 0 security, so anybody can break in at one time. And
Sure.
Mr. Lopez, along with us, we're looking to start from the bottom up, and that's one of our purchases after we back up all the computers, and that would probably be the first major purchase, is that firewall.
Okay, do we have an idea how much it's going to be?
Well, before we realized other things that were going wrong and the audit is not finished, so it will cost more. We were talking, starting off with between 8 to 15,000. That was just a small little, that, you know, that it's going to be more, but that much for sure.
Okay, Joanne.
Firewall was around like 1,000, give or take. So
Joanne.
Was
You know what, can we get Mr. Lopez to talk so maybe you guys can listen and maybe then come up with, understand a little better and maybe have other questions that, again, the money part is going to be a guesstimate.
Now let Joanne, she has a question, let you ask it. Joanne, go
This
ahead.
money was donated to the library specifically for technology.
Correct.
Then we have no reason to say you can't use it then.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's available. Just
It's
need to
your
say
money,
that we
it's
can
for
use it.
technology, and you need to pay what, you know, spend what you need to spend, as long as you don't go over 350,000 or whatever it is now, then that's it. But it's nice if you could, when you do get estimates on the parts, report to the board.
Oh,
And
definitely.
keep us updated. I mean, I don't think you can do much more than that at this point, can you?
No,
Yeah, it's a step-by-step process, so.
And we wouldn't do it. We don't spend money without letting you guys know. We try to save you money, so.
Hold on,
And
no,
that's what
no,
we
it,
do.
yeah,
You
we
know.
need, we cannot just let you, hold on. It's not that we have money and you do whatever you want, a little bit different.
We're not doing what we want to
So,
do. with
hold
it.
on, no, hold on. So let's do it like step by step, guys. That's okay. We will get you there. We just need to make sure that you need to come to us and say this project is so much, this project is so much, and this project is so much. Will you approve it? We vote for it, we approve it. You cannot just go and spend unlimited, well, even 300,000, whatever is there. I'm just saying, even if it is 5,000, if it is more, I think over whatever our bylaws or policies say, over 5,000, you need our approval, or over 3,000. So there is official need for the board to approve that amount of spending. So it's good. We need to hear the exact number with exact project, and we'll vote for it. We are supporting you, but we cannot vote you up to 350,000 or up to 50,000. No, we need to vote for every number particularly. So
we're not disputing that. We know that. We're not stupid. That we know that, and that's not what we're asking. We just want to make you aware that there's a need that has come up that needs to be met. That's long overdue, and that's what our problem's been with the computers. And that, don't worry, there is money there that hasn't been used, and just want to let you know that, is that okay that we, when needed, that it's there and it, and that's okay that it can be used. Of course, you're gonna know what the money is and what the costs are and why and all that stuff.
So so you are moving in that project already.
Just say yes.
We can, so we need to see the numbers, Debbie, we need to see the exact numbers. How much, what is gonna cost? And you say, we need your permission to spend 5, 10,000, 15,000 on this and that, and we vote.
Yeah.
So that's, now we have nothing to vote. If you have no numbers, we have nothing to vote. We cannot tell you, we cannot make a motion and allow you to just spend that money. And then come and give us, and just explain us, that's, I spend it, that's how I spend it. No. Before you spend that money, you have to get our permission.
I know. I guess, obviously.
So that's all. If you have numbers, you come to us, we'll vote, we'll let you use that money. At this point, I don't see the exact details. So.
Correct.
So I don't have the name of the IT specialist. I'm so sorry.
No problem. In fact, he's been waiting to speak. He's been a part of our Zoom meeting since the beginning. If you would like to and can hear him now, he can speak.
Yeah, could you please tell his name? I would appreciate it.
We'd like to present Mr. Lopez. Are you there, Mr.
I am. Good evening, folks.
Good evening, Mr. Lopez.
Elena, I am so glad to hear you say several times throughout the course of this meeting so far that we are in a learning curve. That is exactly what is happening at the library in terms of the IT. So I've been asked to review the library's compute environment. It started off with a simple ask in terms of why are our computers so slow? I then stepped in and began an inventory and an audit of the current infrastructure. This is a long, arduous process of not only reviewing the infrastructure, but all of the IT and compute components within the library. So far, my biggest alarm is the fact that the library compute environment has zero security, which means anybody that wants to hack in from China or just outside the parking lot has the ability to do so. They can steal your patrons' information, or they can install any type of virus, including a 0-day or ransomware, which will lock out all of the information on the computers. There are 0 in terms of backup solutions in place currently, so you would lose all of your data at this point in time. In reviewing this information, I've been keeping Hope and Debbie in the loop of some of my preliminary findings. So my qualifications are the fact that I'm an infrastructure senior engineer specialist. This is what I do. I've worked for a few different Fortune 500 companies. I've also built and deployed infrastructures for small to medium businesses. I've also reviewed not only your data compute environment, but your voice environment as well. That in the voice infrastructure, excluding the actual phones, is over 15 years old. So by replacing the actual workstations in the building would be basically building your car before you have built roads to drive it on. You can have the fastest computer in the world on that network, and it will still be lagging because the pipe that transmits data up to the network is that slow. The voice equipment, the infrastructure, the PBX, will also need to be replaced sooner or later. And if we can, Debbie mentioned a new program for the E-rate that's coming up. If we can apply for that and get the entire infrastructure upgraded at that time, you would be better off. This way, the entire infrastructure would be engineered and designed together to take advantage of any and all future emerging technology, which as of right now, that infrastructure is unable to take advantage of any of this new technology. So right now, like I said, we're under an audit. Security will be our first order of business for the library. Once we've been able to implement some security measures, and again, just so you folks know, there is no one piece of equipment or process that will keep your environment secure. Security is a layered feature, so you need to have multiple layers of security. And that will be part of my report and recommendations as well. So if you folks have any questions,
Yeah.
be happy to answer anything.
Just curious. You're talking about multiple layers. You know, I've got a background. I've worked in computer science. I'm just wondering what your plan is exactly. Where would you start, and what the layers are you're looking at building?
So the first layer of security is to implement the firewall.
Right.
Now
that
the firewall,
makes sense.
the firewall can be internal to the building, or CEN is your current ISP, I've asked for information from them as well. They at this point in time, they do provide cloud services firewalls. And so we can purchase a physical firewall, put it on-prem, and then make sure that everything is diagrammed and documented in terms of how to update the firewall. And since you have a background, you know that a firewall is great. However, someone needs to monitor it to make sure that no one's attempting to break in.
Right.
If someone's trying to break in, you need to be alerted so you can take appropriate measures.
Right. And the other thing that's a concern with the firewall is, you know, we've got an internal firewall. We've got something that we have to pay for up front. And then, you know, if we have somebody external monitoring it, there's that cost. But then that's going to compare to the cost of having someone host a firewall for us, which becomes a monthly or a yearly cost every single year. So that's something else that we have to look at is, you know, which is better for the library.
So that is exactly some of the things that I'm actually looking at in my approach. I understand the staffing is limited at the library. I understand that the staffing wants to be able to provide, and Willington wants to be able to provide resources for your patrons. So the staff needs to be able to bring in certain technology and be trained on that technology so they can then help your patrons. So in my audit, there's going to be quite a bit of findings, and there's also going to be, if we choose to go the route of having services, either having a vendor come in, provide services, or cloud services, you are potentially looking at monthly charges that will need to be included and planned for within the budget, within the library's budget.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of a layered approach, as I said, the firewall would be our number one recommendation. The next would simply be identifying where data critical for the library is kept and implementing a backup solution for that data, for that critical data. The next step layer.
Again, are we talking physical backup or are we talking cloud backup?
Again, there's different solutions, and at this point in time, I have not been able to identify and complete my audit. So there are many options available at this point in time. Nothing has been ruled out.
Okay. Sorry, you probably weren't expecting somebody to actually.
You know what? No, it's great. It's great. You want to talk tech? I'm good.
I actually worked for the Army, so yeah, firewalls are pretty damn important.
Absolutely. So you know exactly what I'm talking about then.
Yeah. And
how nervous I was when I realized there is zero security.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
All of the routers and switches are completely outdated. The manufacturers do not even write updates for the equipment any longer. So it's not even a matter of installing updates, iOS updates for these pieces of equipment. So the next layer is to figure out and document how to disable one of the applications that locks down the workstations, Deep Freeze, I believe it is, to implement patching on the OSs.
God.
That's not even done. So, once I go through the entire audit, which includes applications, what applications are needed? Do you folks have the correct licensing, updated licenses? All of that. So we cannot give you, at this point in time, I cannot give you any figures until I've completed my audit and then worked with the library staff to research, are there any better products currently out there to use, or do you need to continue to use these products and renew licenses or purchase and acquire new licensing? Again, right now, nothing is off the table. Until we're done with the audit, I meet with the library heads, Hope and Deb, and we discuss the findings, the report, and then I can start, at that point in time, I can start to look for alternatives. And then, you know, present the alternatives and find out pros and cons and how folks want to proceed. Are you scared yet?
No, we are happy that it is found, that somebody, that we are moving forward at least a little bit. So that's good news. So does anyone else have questions to Mr. Lopez?
How long do you think the audit's going to take? Ballpark figure, when you think you're going to be able to sit down with Deb and Hope?
I am looking to go up at least 3 days next week.
Oh, that's soon.
And spend some very long hours at the library, working with the library staff. Okay. Obviously, I can't do it on my own because I don't know what applications are being used, which ones are needed for the library staff and the patrons. But we will be auditing all of that.
So do you think that by our next regular meeting, which is probably going to be on January 11th, do you think you might have some information for us by that time?
I am looking to be complete with my audit as soon as humanly possible. At that point in time, I will be able to present my report and review everything with Hope and Deb. And then we can take it from that point to see how they would like to proceed next.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any more questions to Mr. Lopez? Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate your work done, and whatever is still in process, we really appreciate your help and your involvement. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. You guys have it. If there's nothing else, I'm gonna drop.
Sure, and thank you so much for waiting. We did not know that you were waiting, so we were not sure. So we appreciate for waiting. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Too.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, so Debbie, do you have anything to add, or we can move on?
No, go ahead and move on.
Okay, now we move to the questions, let's say about hiring committee, hiring new director committee. So Jan, whatever you want to say, that's your time now, really. Karen Ann.
What?
So, what I found out, it doesn't mean we have to do it. I'm just saying that's an option for us to look, because we have nothing in our policies and bylaws which states that we have to advertise the director's position. If we would have it, we would have to do it. But because we don't have it, and we are not federal organization, we are independent organization, so we can do it technically. It doesn't mean we have to. I just wanted to give you that information. Go ahead, Joy.
No, I understand that, Elena. It's just you kept saying you Googled the law. I just wanted to know what you Googled, what law you found. That's all I was asking for earlier.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. So Joy, do you want to hold on? Let Joy say something. I'm sorry, Joy.
If you're only going to hire now, if you're only going to place the advertisement for the new director in the Wilmington Public Library's website, that's not really, you might want to check and make sure that that's going to be legal, because according to the Equal Opportunity Employment, I don't think you can just put it on our website. That's sort of like, say you want to go for a certain clientele that you want to be in your business. Like, and you're only going to advertise for them. That's not something you want to do. It's going to become discriminatory, if you know what I mean.
See, that's why I wanted to know where Elena found the law, because in every place I've been, even if we knew we wanted to hire internally, because of, even though you weren't a federal agency, because of federal hiring laws, there had to be a public search. You could end up hiring internally. That's fine.
Right.
But because of federal laws, even if you're not a federal agency, there are still fair hiring. No, I think that's fair housing.
Right.
But you're probably right. EOE stuff. That's why I was wondering where Elena found that particular thing that she was saying. That's why I wanted to know where it was.
Right.
Okay, I will get it to you. I don't have it at this moment. I did really skipped it, but I will get it to you if we really need it, because it's not the point. I don't think the arguments is a productive way of movement. So whatever you want, guys. I just threw it out there that it's a possibility to fasten up the process. That's it. So do you have, let me explain you something, Joanne and Karen Ann. So how the committees work in according with state statutes. So you cannot vote for anything. You can vote 3 of you.
We didn't vote for anything. We voted to bring a proposal to the full board.
Yes, you can do it. Yes, that's what you can do.
Voted on. We know we can't vote on anything. We voted on a proposal to bring to the full board.
But there would have to be 3 votes, not 4. If Joy voted, 4 of you voted, then we kind of we did the wrong thing. Because 4 of you is a legal meeting.
I have a silly question here.
Yes.
All right. Where does it say anywhere in our policies where a committee has to be 3 people? Wouldn't you want more people on a committee so you have more input rather than just saying, oh, you can only have 2 people there or 3 people there? So just throwing it out there.
That's not our policies and that's not bylaws. That's official.
Well, where does it say? Where does it specifically state that you need to only have 3 people?
Yes.
Does it state that anywhere?
You can have 2 people, but not.
Then why can't we have 4?
Because if you have 4 people, let me explain it to you. So if we have 4 people, which is a quorum of the meeting, that's a legal meeting. It has to be advertised as a special meeting, not as a hiring committee meeting, not a committee meeting.
We advertised it as a special committee meeting, and you got mad at us that we advertised it as a special committee meeting and told us we had to advertise it as a hiring committee. Yes. Which one is it?
So special meeting has to be called, first of all, by the chair. There has to be present, every board member has to be notified that there is a special meeting taking place.
I notified everybody. I sent it out to everyone.
Hold on. It was a hiring committee meeting. I did not come to the meeting for one purpose, so you would not have a quorum.
Okay,
so
that's
I stood
fine.
away.
That's
I
fine.
stood away for that purpose.
But you're contradicting yourself, Elena. You're saying since there was a quorum there, we had to call it a special meeting, but we can't call it a special meeting. And we didn't vote on anything as the board. We voted on something to present to the board. We never voted on something and said, we're the board. You can go back and see, Kathy actually said, now what is our next step? Do we then go take this to the board? And I said, yes, our next step is we present our proposal to the board. We were not representing in any way during this that we were the full board.
Okay, so if 4 of you voted, that was a full board vote.
Okay, Elena, it's not a full board vote if we're not.
It was a power.
If we're not allowed to say it's a special meeting, if it's just a hiring committee meeting, we can't have, even if there are 4 people and we have a quorum. Joy is right. You're now saying that any committee we have can't have more than 3 people because we can't vote on anything. We were not voting as the board, and we specifically said that in the video that we weren't voting as the board.
Okay, so
yeah, because I thought with the committee where we were going through the bylaws. We voted in that committee to bring things up to the board.
Okay.
So which is it? I'm really confused.
So, listen to me. That's very
Okay,
important.
okay. Can I say something? I want to cancel everything that happened in the Wednesday meeting then. Okay, let's just forget we had the Wednesday meeting. Let's just ignore it, because you're claiming that we did something illegal, even though I was trying to follow what we were trying to do. We never voted and said we were the board, so
It's okay.
let's just forget anything we voted on. Cancel the vote.
We cannot do that.
We can have a motion right now that cancels any vote we had
No,
on.
no, we cannot do that. Karen Ann.
We can have a motion to state
we
that
cannot.
whatever was done in the Wednesday meeting is canceled.
No, so the whole lady.
Elena, I'm running a fever and I don't want to sit here and argue. I've already been in this for an hour and 20 minutes waiting for this to show up so we could discuss it. And I don't want to sit here and argue whether we had a quorum or not. We wanted to present something to the board. We weren't a quorum in terms of expecting the full board to be there. You're saying it can't be a special meeting because you weren't there. Then it was just a hiring committee. If it was just a hiring committee meeting, then we don't care if there was a quorum there because it wasn't an official meeting. That's what you're saying. You're saying it's not an official special meeting if you didn't call it. You can't keep changing your mind, Elena. You can't say it's a hiring committee. You can't say it's a special meeting. You can't say it's a legitimate meeting. You have to decide. We had a hiring committee meeting. We were not saying that we were the full board. Okay, I made a mistake in calling it a special meeting. That's on me. I'm sorry I did that, but we never said anywhere that we were expecting a quorum.
It's okay. So there is no reason. I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to explaining you guys the law. That the committee meetings, Cassie and Joy know, when we had policy committees meeting, we cannot have 4 people during those meetings.
Where is that? Where is that in the bylaws?
Because it's a majority. That's a
Elena, it's got to be in the bylaws. Where is it in the bylaws?
No, it's a state statute.
Good grief.
Or that's Freedom of Information Act, but that's a law.
Okay, Freedom of Information Act is something completely different, Elena. That has nothing to do with whether or not we had a quorum. Freedom of Information Act just says that anybody can see what we did. It has nothing to do with whether we had a quorum or not.
Yeah, so then it's state statute. So
okay, then send me the state statute and show it to me because I'm getting really upset here. I'm getting really upset. We were not trying to say we were the board. We did what you wanted to do, which was have a meeting to discuss the job description. And now you're telling us that it's all wrong. You told us to have this meeting. I called this meeting because you told me to.
Yes. And why are you getting upset? Don't get upset.
Because I've got a fever of a goddamn 101, Elena, and I've been in this meeting for an hour and a half.
So,
and I'm tired, and I'm sick. And I only stayed in this meeting because Kathy wasn't here yet, and it was the only way to have a quorum.
How about if you go now?
Kathy's here now. Joan can explain everything to you. I need to leave this meeting and go to bed.
I think so too. I think so too.
Fine. Joan, you can argue for me. You know.
You don't have to argue.
I don't want to argue. The thing is, we spent time discussing what you asked us for, okay? Discussing what we needed in a person. And then we realized after talking with Deb, and she added a little bit, that we just, as a board, are not ready to hire. And as a library, we're not ready for a new director. And there are just too many things that have to be in place so that we hire a person who fits the mold, who fits in with us and is able to continue what's going on. I think my biggest fear is that we're going to hire somebody who's going to come in and want to reinvent the wheel. And we don't want that at this point. And considering what Debbie and Hope have found as far as the computer situation, as far as some of the money situations, etc., let's just get that all on a nice footing. And it's difficult to do by Zoom. So that's why we had said, let's bring to the board And we can do it. We can do it through formal question. We can do it anyway. Bring to the board the idea of just sitting on everything for a while. Let's find out what's going on with the computers. Let's find out what's going on with the money situation. And then in the spring, revisit it, because we had not set up a search committee according to this library board membership thing. We need to relook at how we want to construct a search committee for the town. So it's like, let's just go with it. Let's just download and go with it and let this ride for a little while. And that does give us time to look into, you know, how to write it, where we should publish this, to follow the rules that you want to follow. You know, you're right. We do have to look at the state statutes. You're right. We have to do that. But I don't think there's been enough time to do it. And you've got a couple new board members, obviously. And let's just get everybody on the same page and then move forward. What do you, well, anyways, there are 4 of us that felt that that's the way it should be.
Okay, so that's the whole idea. 4 of you could not be there. That's my whole idea.
Well,
so,
4
but
of
that's
us
okay,
were there,
according
and
with the
4 of
law.
us can decide to do it.
It's the law.
Yeah.
And I
You
was
can
not.
decide to do it. It doesn't mean it's binding for the board.
Oh, no,
It
no, no, no.
doesn't mean
State
it's binding,
statute.
not until it's a full board meeting.
Right. I'm not trying to argue. I'm trying to educate you, because
Okay.
anybody can go after us. And I'm not trying to say you are wrong. And no, I'm just saying we have made a mistake. We all make mistakes. Some mistakes the library made cost us a lot of money.
4 people, and
We just,
said we should
so
do
you
it.
have to make sure that all the committees do not have them.
It has nothing to do with committee. It has to do with
Yes.
4 people who are involved with this. And we said, let's go to the board and let's propose this. It's
Okay.
not binding.
Okay.
It's not
That's-
binding for anything. So
But,
let's just
yes.
move on. And I don't want to spend a lot of time playing amateur lawyer.
Okay, so,
I don't want to do that. We
okay,
can
so
sit
hold
up
on,
and-
Joanne, hold on. Okay, we understood it.
Let's move on.
So, can I say something? Or
Yeah.
you 4 decided? Is there a way for me to say my opinion on this matter?
Yep, go ahead.
Thank you. Well, I just also want to make a few points here during the meeting. First of all, the chair is responsible for the order during the meeting. So I would like everybody just to remind everyone that we need to talk when you are recognized by the chair, not all at once, but we need to hear each other. This is important because we started to lose you cannot control the meeting, what's going on. Second of all, I'm not trying to argue with anyone. I'm trying to educate what the law says at this point. So the meeting you held, it was a committee meeting. You could have 3 people. So you can, for future, you cannot hold committee meetings having 4 people there in the discussions. That's against the law. So I'm just educating you there. You could check on your own. Please do it. Please check. Now, back to the hiring situation. I just want to inform everyone that at this point, we have Debbie and Hope doing the job of the directors. Do you know that officially, the director officially, we can call ourselves as we want, but officially Hope is an interim director and Debbie has no position. She's just a program director. Just as she did before. That's in accordance with our papers, with our votes, with our decisions, previous decisions. They name themselves co-directors, but this is their internal name, okay? So officially, we have a mess in the structure of our library. That's number 1. That's why I think it's important for us, if we do not want to hire a new person, fine, but let's redefine the position which Debbie and Hope does. And we need to have, we cannot have 2 co-directors. We need to have 1 director, another assistant. We need to adjust the salaries and to put it in order. That's absolutely fine with me. The second question, why I was looking into this situation is because we have a budget coming. If we have no director, now at this point we have 2 co-directors, so-called co-directors, which are not. So we have a total mess now. How are we gonna budget? We have to budget, and according with our budget, we have to budget for the director. If we need assistant director, that's a new position. We have to vote and make that position. We have to put the structure, excuse me, Joanne, we have to put the structure of our every position back in order. Now it is totally messed up. That's why, as being a chair, I want to put it in order. No need to hire new director at all. Let's fix what we have. Who does the main job? Who does the job of director? As I understand, Debbie. I am working with you all the time. Let's make her official interim director. Let's make Hope assistant of interim director. Let's do it. Let's have a meeting, special meeting before the budget, and let's put it in order. That's all what we need. So we could budget. For now, how are you going to budget? We cannot budget from two major positions.
Well,
go ahead.
The way we could budget is, my understanding, and you'd have to correct me, is that they're both being paid part of the old directors. Okay, and I'm not sure how that's balanced out. But if we have co-directors, why then each gets paid, I don't know, the same amount plus maybe some seniority or something. So I don't know if that's a problem. Budgeting I don't see as being it's going to be an issue, but I don't see it as being a big issue. We can work with that.
But that's, we do not have, yeah, but officially we do not have two co-directors.
Well, officially we can change it. Maybe,
so that's what it is. Let's put it in order. Yes.
My question is, and I don't know the answer to this, is are there any other libraries that are doing that with the two directors?
No.
You know, one taking this, one taking, I don't know.
That's not working situation. We cannot have two co-directors. That's not a business structure.
Wait a minute. Is that by law or what?
Well, listen, we cannot have, I did not look into that particular law. No libraries, if something happens, Joanne, we need to have a person who is a director, who is responsible, from whom we can ask. That's a normal business.
It might be that, it might be, and my question on this too is when it comes to grants, you know, if we had two directors, is that going to create an issue with applying for grants? You know, do they want one person? And is there any reason why you can't have a director and an assistant director paying the same amount?
Well, I think first of all,
there's a lot of discussion that has to go on here.
So we need, first of all, there are no two co-directors. We call them that way, but in reality they are not. So in reality, we need to bring the order in this particular situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to call them, let's make a special meeting. If we do not want to move with hiring, I am not against. I'm not going to make cases and push something, but I'm going to make a case that we need to have one director, one person who is responsible for all business, and we need to have if we want to have assistant director, we can make that position. But let's have a special meeting just for that particular question. And I would like to have that meeting before the budget. Then we can budget.
Yep.
Then just when we are ready to hire, then whoever is the interim director, just instead of interim director, we just slowly get in director. That's it. That's all. So, but we need to put the order. Now it's a mess. I think the head, because that's like the head of the library and it needs to be put in order. That's all what I'm trying to do. So, do you think?
Well, I think you're right. We should have a meeting on it.
I agree with that. So,
and discuss how we're going to do this. It's just so unfortunate that this has come up so close to budget time. You know, it didn't work out very well. It's nobody's fault. It just happened.
We are doing the best we can, and I know, and we have to keep in mind that we are all not perfect. We're all gonna make mistakes, and our attitude should be just I have to know my mistakes so I wouldn't make them. That's my only point. I wanted to fix your mistake with committee, so we wouldn't make them. Not because it's the end of the world. No, let's just don't make those mistakes anymore. And we apologize. That was my mistake too. Because I saw it and I missed it. So I did not actually see it. So
Okay,
how
cool.
about, so
Okay.
how about if we'll try to schedule a special meeting for this question? We can, what do you think, guys? Cassie, you are quiet. Joy, what do you think about the special meeting? December is tough, but we can squeeze something in.
What do you have in mind?
So as we were talking about Mondays, how about if we'll do Mondays? How about next Monday, special meeting? Well, let's do not next Monday. Hold on, next Monday. Too close. It's 2 days. We can't even post the meeting. Cannot do next Monday.
Okay, we don't have a special meeting to discuss.
To
I don't have a
to
calendar.
name who is an interim director. We're just gonna do it from scratch. Who is interim director? Who is assistant of director? And the payment accordingly. That's all. So we would have one person to ask from.
Okay, so today is,
And this is different from, or could possibly simply refresh what we agreed on previously, right? With Hope and Deb sharing an equivalent salary. to each
We
other.
never did sharing. We voted to leave Hope interim director.
But to
and
change the
Debbie-
salary, right, to equalize.
And Debbie is still a program director,
Oh.
but we equalized her program, so she has no position towards the director. So we need to make it officially. That's all what we are trying to do. And I wouldn't equalize. I would think the director should have at least a little bit, but more, because it's more responsibility. The
Yeah.
main load is on Debbie, so I would like her salary to reflect it. Even a little bit, but reflect it. I think it's fair, because she's the one who carries the main load.
okay.
So what do you think, ladies? So which date? What do you think?
28th?
What is it? You know what? I can't. That's funny. I can't find I can't find the calendar. On
That's a Monday.
The 28th.
Yeah,
Cinch.
the 28th.
Okay. Thank you. How about next? So 11, 12, 13. How about the Monday 20th? December 20th. And then we can just go on vacation.
You mean the
December
21st?
Holidays. Huh?
Wait.
December 20th.
Okay.
I think December 20th. That's not this coming Monday, but the Monday after.
No, you mean the 21st is a Monday.
Is it 21st? My apology for that. So
What is the date today?
Today's the 12th.
today is it? Oh, today is at
I'm
12.
so lost.
No, today is 11th. Today is 11th.
Oh, it is. You're right. Sorry, I
Oh.
can't read the calendar from here.
Today is 11th, 12th, 13th.
This meeting going to be at 7 p.m.?
Yes. So Monday, December 21st. December 21st, 7 p.m. Special meeting. It should be short because we're just gonna put there the question. Well, how are we gonna name it? Well, we'll find. We don't have to pronounce it now. We're just gonna say what the position Debbie takes, what the position Hope takes. We're just gonna work with them and officially name them those positions.
Okay.
We just reposition them, and hopefully we will adjust the salaries too. That's all. So it should be 40 minutes. So everyone would discuss. And I truly think that's probably the best way. I agree with that, with the suggestion of the policy, of the hiring policy, because we really have short time. I think if we are ready to adjust all this and fix this mess, then I think it's the best way, and just leave it after budget. And then after budget, we could start working on it again. I think that's the best decision.
Okay.
I totally agree with that. So Monday, December 21st, 7 p.m., a special meeting for clarifying the positions of interim director and the assistant of interim director. That's what we will do.
Okay.
Okay, goes well with us before Christmas, and then we're going to be done, and then we'll jump into the budget totally prepared, knowing what to do. Okay, wonderful. Okay, guys. Now treasurer's report. Well, Karen Ann, we hope she feels better tomorrow. We hope she doesn't get too sick. So we'll have to skip treasurer's report. Debbie, director's report. You're the last, and we'll do present to speak, and we are done. Debbie, are you ready with your director's report?
Okay.
Do you need me to open up anything on the screen?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. The numbers. Well, numbers would be Karen Ann. It's okay. She's not here, so let's just listen to Debbie.
Okay, you guys have the interim report in front of you, director's report. We've already pretty much taken care of what we thought was going to be a voting matter. You've heard from Mr. Lopez as far as the tech plan. Did any of you, I sure hope you all got to read the Form 990?
Yes, we have to vote for it. Oh, do we have to vote for? We don't have to vote.
No voting. You just have to. Was there any problems with any of it that anybody saw that you need me to bring up to Mr. Navratil, our accountant? He's been very impatiently waiting to submit this. This is the IRS form is like 2 years old, so he would like to get this sent in. So you guys had the extra month to read it,
yes,
to see if you understood, if you saw any mistakes or whatever. So I guess my question is, one, have you all gotten a chance to read it? Is there anything that you noticed that you would be aware of? I know as far as the figures, you wouldn't, but anything else stick out to you as far as being something questionable that I need to bring before him?
Yes, Deb, I have one.
Okay, Joy.
You have me listed on here on 2 separate occasions as being the vice chairman of the board. I was not vice chairman, I was secretary for those 2 years.
Yep, okay.
And also, as we talked with you, Debbie, previously, your position is mentioned wrong there as as co-director, interim director. That's
aware of those 2 problems. I did leave a message for him. I tried calling, he was out of the office. I left him an email. He is not going to be back in his office until Monday. He is aware of this. I just have to find out, you know, he's aware of it. So I want to see if there's anything else in addition. Is there anything else in addition besides those 2 things?
Well, and I am concerned about the first page is where treasurer is Jennifer Pallo. I just want to make sure that Karen Ann, when she signs she's the treasurer of 2020.
I will. That he was aware of that, but and that's why it was okay that Karen Ann sign it. But you're right. Until today, we'll date it. She had come in early this week and signed it, but waiting until you guys said everything was okay. And I will find out from Mr. Navratil if these couple of things where Joy's name is mentioned as vice chair and mine as far as being a co-interim director back then gets corrected. If it needs to get corrected, he will be made aware. I will find out how that stands and get that back to you. And as far as the e-signing, because Jennifer Pallo was the treasurer back then, that's why her name had to be on it. But because she is no longer the treasurer now, the treasurer that is the current treasurer is allowed and should be, and did sign it. But you're right, we'll put today's date, because actually the date that's on it goes back to November 20th.
Okay. So we probably should vote to sign that form now.
I don't think you have to, but I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
that's fine. So as long as those mistakes are fixed, that's important. So they would be fixed. Joy, could you please make sure that these corrections are in the minutes? So our concerns need to be in the minutes. That's on page 1, where it says the treasurer Jennifer Pello, but there will be Karen Ann's signature there, as she's the treasurer of 2020 in 2020. And also, was it on page 7? I think on page 7 there is a we need to put it in minutes, Joy, that there are wrong positions. Yeah, so that those positions need to be fixed in the form. That way we have a record of fixing it, of paying attention to it.
Well, all right.
Can I help Joy out with that? Oh, excuse me.
Sure.
Can I, Joy?
All
Okay.
right, so can I just read what I have? During the time period for Form 990, Joy Rhoda should be listed as secretary, not vice chairman, chairperson. Deb Lanier should be listed as program director, not interim director. But Karen Caldwell is not treasurer for this time period of this form. So how do I word that on here?
Okay. All right. First, okay, some more information. You want to put down that on page 7 of this 990 form, and also on page 37. It's repeated. Okay. So cover both those areas for those 2 pages. The same thing's mentioned twice. Why, I don't know, but it is. That Joy Rona was not the acting vice chair, but was the secretary at that time. Also, that Deborah Linares was not the co-interim director then and should not be listed. There's already the director on there as far as Christine Donnelly. I don't know why that error was made. Kind of thing.
But what's
also, as far as the 8879, the what's called the e-file signature authorization.
Excuse me.
Jennifer Paulo is there because she was a secretary, the treasurer 2 years ago. And you could put down that because she is no longer the treasurer, that the current treasurer was responsible for signing in her place.
Okay, so that's EEO what?
It's called e-file signature authorization. It's actually, it's also known as an 8879-E, like elephant, O. And it's the IRS e-file signature authorization form.
Got it.
You want to read it back when you're all set?
Yep. Okay. Let me know if this is incorrect. Okay, I've got during the time period for Form 990 on pages 7 and 37, Joy Rona should be listed as acting secretary, not acting vice chairperson. Deb Lanier should be listed as acting program director, not acting interim director. And Jennifer Paulo's signature, which is listed on the e-file signature authorization form, because she was the acting, spelled that wrong, treasurer at the time. So Karen Ann Caldwell is currently the acting treasurer. Is that correct?
Yeah, one thing, Joy, say again what you have me down for, because actually I should not be on that form at all.
Yeah.
What did you write for me again? I'm sorry.
Was that
Deb Lanier should be listed as acting program director.
Okay.
I mean, that's the title, right?
Yes.
Not acting interim director.
Yes, but even that, and this is what I will tell Mr. Navratil. I don't think even as program director, I'm supposed to be on that. This is a board thing. This is not staff. Staff don't belong on this. This is a board document. So I will tell him, I will explain to him that no, I was not the co-interim director, that I am just the program director. And I think once he realizes that I'm staff, not library board, he'll you know, but in your notes, okay, it should be, yeah, I shouldn't be on there at all, not even as acting program. Maybe you could put down something to the effect that she should not have been listed because she was staff and program director at that time.
Okay, guys. Okay, let's move on. So, Debbie, something else after this question, after Form 990? What else?
Well, nothing unusual. As far as your director, the previous directors that were saving you money again. We've been doing our staff meetings. It was discussed as far as with the last meeting, you wanted to know, it was asked, you know, why we weren't opening up further. We brought it before the staff to get their feelings. And you can read pretty much there. They're not comfortable with that. With the COVID situations rising, even with Wellington being now the red zone, I think it's called. So we're not going to do anything further than what we have in place already. And we are going to wait out until the beginning of the year.
Okay.
And see what happens. The Everybody Learns grant, we just got it into Tisch today. All the paperwork. We will be working on getting everything together to present and hand into the state, hopefully by next Thursday. That is the soft date. We actually have to December 28th, but hoping to get that done next week so that we may have some kind of a holiday ourselves. We were able to get the 2 air purifiers that you guys had suggested last month. We also got 2 touchless hand sanitizer dispensers, one going into the library and one going out of the library in the entranceway. We would like to, again, trying to save the next item, money saved and earned. We very much would like to suggest and acquire a BJ's business card. It would be a 55-year cost annually. Right now, for example, when it came to our PPE, different items, everything was cheaper at BJ's. Our paper towels, our toilet paper, our hand sanitizer, our Lysol sprays, almost everything and anything. Not to mention what we've been getting there is we have a softening, how do you say, our water system with Banner, we have to add once a week salt pellets. We were getting it at Mansfield Supply for $10 and something, almost $11 a bag. We discovered that at BJ's, we can get it for $4 to $5.49 a bag for the same thing. So I have a BJ's card. I've been going, Hope and I both have been going, and using my card. Unfortunately, though, we are paying sales tax, and that's been an issue with Tisch. We can't pay sales tax. So what we would like to suggest is, can we get a BJ's card, know that you will be saving lots of money, even with just purchasing the softener, salt pellets, as well as anything else that we might need. And this way, if we have our own business card at $55 a year, we won't be charged taxes, but yet we will be saving on many items, and just the salt itself is a huge savings. So again, you gotta pay $55, but you're gonna be saving a lot of money everywhere else.
So we do not, I'm sorry, don't move forward. Let's close it. We do not, you do not need our permission. Just get the card. True? Joanne, Cassie, Joy.
Well, I don't want to spend any money ever without you guys knowing about
I know.
it.
Well, $55, you do not need permission from us.
Yeah, but it's a big, you know, that's.
It has to go someplace in the treasurer's report. Is there a, what do I want to say, sort of a slush fund? I can't think of the formal name.
No. We don't have extra money for anything.
You do. You just found extra money, right?
Yes. We're saving money, so we're finding it, yeah.
You have to, somehow it's got to go to Karen Ann and she can figure out what to do with it.
Well, we'll make a special line item as far as, we'll figure out where it goes. It'll go underneath or have its own special line item.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so just go ahead then now. We close
Okay,
this.
let's see. Elena mentioned about the attorney waiving those fees. We're again saving money for the library. Thanks to the help of Angel Lopez, we were paying 3 different companies all for the same thing. We had a special domain company, we had Wix, and we had GoDaddy, and everyone we were paying between hundreds and thousands of dollars, and all 3 of them were doing the exact same job. The problem being, we do have, and I don't know why we ever did this, again, don't get me started on this stuff. With GoDaddy, for example, the one that's costing us the most money, why we got tied in for 1, 2, and 3 year commitments, that is a case. So we have to wait to get out of that company. We have to wait until these expire, and then we can switch over to Wix. Wix is good in that it takes care of our emails, it takes care of our website. We did cancel the 3rd company, which was our first and original one, as far as we were paying them to have a domain name, to be wellingtonpubliclibrary.org. We didn't need to have them because we are paying Wix and we are paying GoDaddy for that. So we're saving money, and we will continue to save money in that respect. But just be aware that that's how things are getting run and have been run around here. People with all these wonderful MLSs didn't know they're fanning from their elbows and costing the library money. So you'll see as time goes on, starting now and through until these things expired, saving hundreds to over $1,000. Okay, let's see, where else are we saving you money? Something really nice, the town got COVID money from the state, and they took care of, well, it was from last year. It cost us last year, the $7,000 some odd dollars, but because you couldn't, it already got paid last year, they gave us the money that came in this year for our budget. So it's now a revenue kind of a thing. Hope and I definitely have some ideas on what should be done with that. Again, it's something we could talk as far as giving it to the staff. With the grant money, you couldn't give things to the staff, but you got to know that there are 3 jobs missing in this library since COVID started, and all those 3 jobs are being picked up by 5 people above and beyond, and they are not getting any more than $12 an hour. Matter of fact, if I weren't the co-director or Hope, we'd be making $12, all 5 of us as well. I would really like the board to address that. We do have a little chunk. It was COVID money. It's extra. We're doing COVID work. We are cleaning this library consistently. I don't know how, anytime somebody walks in the door, we're cleaning this library. I would like to see that money go to them, either as far as an hourly raise or some kind of stipend. they deserve that. They're earning it. I leave that up to you guys, but it is money from COVID. It is a gift that was given. Yes, it was from last year, but we can't change last year. We do have it this year to use.
I'm sorry, Debbie, could you please be more exact? So which two positions we are missing,
Well, you have a custodial position that is no longer in place. You have
but we do have company. We do pay to the company. So how much?
That's taken care of by the grant. We just started them because we had grant money. They only come in 2 times a week for 2 hours. Every time someone walks under these COVID conditions, every time someone walks in the door and touches something, uses the bathroom, uses a computer, touches a book, we have to clean all these things. Every individual item that somebody touches, we have to clean up after. That's our staff doing that.
Okay.
So that they should be compensated. If we can pay strangers to come in and do the same work we're doing, why are we not getting paid to do the work? You know, and it couldn't be covered by grant money, I get it. But now we do have something that we didn't plan on having.
So what do we have? What do you mean? Those 25,000 grants, what are you talking about?
It's $7,232.09. You asked me first about what jobs. So we have a custodian, so we're doing custodial work. Not to mention, we had a assistant and a tech person. One person did that too. We now have, Hope is doing that, I am doing that, and now Carissa is doing that. You have a few people taking over that job and responsibility. You also have the programmer, which, you know, I've been doing a couple things at the same time as far as opening, trying to do programs online, story times. You know, the nice thing about COVID, you can't do as much programming, so it does enable me to help Hope with doing the director part of it. So, but you're talking about those jobs that are still getting, people are doubling up, tripling up their jobs of what they normally would do. And even what they normally would do, the fact that it's $12 an hour is disgraceful. I'm sorry. You know, any of us could leave at any moment and make more money at McDonald's.
No, McDonald's is $11.
No, it's
maybe
12.
Now 12. Maybe now 12.
It is 12. It is 12.
12.
And 13 something for a step. Believe me, Elena, I do my homework.
Hold on.
So there's money that I think to show appreciation, but not even that, the fact that they're doing work and not being compensated, it's a chance where we could do something for our people.
Well, that's a separate question. I suggest.
Well, it's a question whether.
My suggestion for this particular question, which Debbie lifted up, that's a very we have to address it. It would be a fair thing to address it, but I think we should keep it for our budget meetings, because that's exactly when we're going to be discussing who is making what. At this point, even I have no idea how many people are working in the library. So because we have no knowledge of that. So we have a lot of education to do, self-education, like board education so that's a budget process. Let's leave, because you said we have those 7,200 to compensate. We can't really compensate because we don't know what more the COVID is going to throw into our face and what more expenses we would have to do. So we really have to be careful and understand, because we have no idea what else we're going to spend at this point.
But you know what, okay, this is personally I'm going to share with you. Hope and I have been saving money left and right, lots and lots and lots and lots of money. I don't think there's a problem with that we don't have money. I just would like to see that the board start thinking about putting money where, investing it in people who are here doing the work. That's all. We do have the money. We had the money before the 7,000 came along. That's why I said, as far as with the 7,000, you know,
So with the 7,000, as I understand, that's a grant which could be used for their salaries.
No, it's not a grant. It's just money that was a reimbursement from the state for COVID expenses. way back when we started, before the before our new fiscal year began.
Yes, yes, okay. Okay, so that's, we could, if you want, we can put that question in our special meeting. If we can,
I wish you looked at it.
I should put it, it's just the, you know, to show gratitude to people who work there. If we can give them some special bonuses for the end of the year, we could put that question on the special meeting. What do you think, Cassie, Joanne, Joy? Do you want to discuss it during the special meeting on December 21st?
Let's discuss it at the special meeting, because this meeting is getting like really, really long, and I'm ready to just.
Okay, we are done already. We're almost done. So.
Okay, the emergency closing procedure. We had another snowstorm. It worked out fine. It just lays out as far as the director would make the call, would decide on what the situation is, whether it's snow related, weather, or an emergency of some other kind. We would then we would make an assessment. We would then get the chairperson involved, get their thought and ideas, make a decision what to do to go, you know, move forward, whether not open or close early, that kind of thing. If it is weather related, then we would draw in Troy from the Public Works, because he knows about what the roads look like, how soon it would be before he could plow out the driveway, whether opening up or how we could get out, kind of a thing. So just so that you know, I know we tried to talk about it with last month's meeting, but it did snow, and then, you know, we were kind of left like, okay, now what? But it worked out fine. So again, just a little bit of an education there. This is very important. I spoke to, because of our last meeting last month, Don Lavelle and to Maureen Sullivan at the state level, Dawn with the Connecticut State Library, Maureen with the Association of Connecticut Library Boards. That's the part of one of the books that you guys have been looking at and reading. They very much want to do training with us, and they are willing to work around their schedules, whatever it takes to help us in that. As far as they're concerned, it will take more than 1 or 2 classes, but it's time well invested. And again, I cannot stress enough the importance of us doing that.
Okay, you were supposed to ask them, do you remember? We asked you to find out how long those classes are going to be.
And that's why they said probably an hour to an hour and a half, and it would take more than 1 class to cover all materials.
So it's going to be twice?
We decide the days and times.
Can we do it once for 3 hours?
Is that what people want to do? I don't know if 3 hours would even be enough.
No, you said.
I would imagine that, you know, if there's questions and answers, you know, I don't know if you could narrow it down to a specific hour, which is why probably doing it a number of days until it's all covered. You could start with 1 or 2 classes, and then if more is needed, certainly we could, you know, extend it out.
At this point, I think we have to postpone it till after the budget, because we have a lot of meetings. We don't want to scramble it.
I know, but and honest, you know, my opinion, in all honesty, this should have been done first before we even got it started on anything else, because they would tell us what direction we should go, prioritize what's, you know, most important. Again, we seem to always want to put the cart before the horse. Same thing with Mr. Hennick as far as the Freedom of Information Organization. He said to just give him his meeting would be 60 minutes to maybe 75 minutes, hour and a half. He said it would be longer depending on your accommodation as far as if you had questions. He would take the time to address whatever it is that you need addressing, so it could run longer. It could run shorter if you don't have questions or whatever. He said he does evenings. He said he would, now people are working really well with us. He said if doing this training on a Saturday, he'll do it. He will do it. Whatever we want, these people are willing to do. They're willing to accommodate us, even though they normally wouldn't do it, so that we're, you know, to help, you know, set us straight with stuff. So those are two different things that if you seriously want to learn how to do things and whatnot, or how things are, we should think about seriously scheduling some days and what time, you know.
Yes, hold on. We also need to have everyone there. Hold on, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you, Debbie, while you are at this point. So what do you think, guys? Do we want to schedule with Mr. Hennick? He is a lawyer on the Freedom of Information Act. That's seriously important. Do we want to schedule a meeting with him? As I understand, it will be a 2 hours meeting. We could be up to 2 hours.
Yep, it says 60 to 75 minutes. But they could accommodate us either direction. Sure.
So
I mean, I have considerable extra time between Christmas and New Year's, you know, like daytimes. So if that's helpful for people.
between Christmas and so what are those days?
25th and the 1st.
Or the 1st, 25th. How about 2nd? How about 2nd? January 2nd, that's Saturday.
Oh.
He may not be able to do
It
it.
says not Saturdays for him. He normally does.
I thought he said Saturdays. He wants Saturdays.
He will do Saturday. Being it's a holiday, I don't know. It's a holiday season. I don't know what, you know, what his plans would be as far as vacationing or whatever, but I can pose that to him and see what he says.
Well, around holidays, what do you think if we'll do it in January? We have a lot of meetings now, and so what do you think, ladies, about Freedom of Information Act meeting? That's, I would say, a priority.
If you want to wait until January, then we probably would have to do it on a weekend, since we're now gobbling up a whole lot of weeknights with our other meetings. Or if you'd like to see if he's available, and you guys are, for any time during the day on this last week of December, I'm very flexible.
Last week of December. How about you, Joanne?
I'm pretty flexible. Saturdays are tough because Bill's home and he works the rest of the week. And I'm his transportation right now, so I have to be available on Saturdays.
Okay, so let's do. I just because it's only 4 of us. Karen Anina is not here, and Sarah is not here. Sarah, so today is the 11th. If we are talking about Saturdays, as I understand, he wants Saturday. Yes, Debbie?
I'll do Saturday for you.
But will he do working days for us?
Yeah, evenings. He'll do evenings or Saturday.
Oh, evenings?
Or evenings.
That's probably a better way. So do you feel like doing it before Christmas? Joanne, Cassie doesn't mind. How about Joy and Joanne and Joy and Joanne? So 7 p.m.?
Yeah, what night? What do you do it Monday, 28th?
I
was going to say, can you give a couple of days in case he can't do one? He could try for the other.
Well, the thing is, we can do Mondays. So that's the only thing. So we can do only Mondays for us, as we already went through it, Mondays or Saturdays. So next Monday, not next Monday, but the Monday after, we have a special meeting. Then it is the 28th. So that's really the only day. If we want to do it on the 28th, which is December 28th, Monday at 7 p.m. Joy, will it work for you?
Yeah, that'll work for me.
So that looks like that's the only real date, because we really don't want to jam too much into January when we have 5 meetings there already in January. So, okay, can you talk to him, Debbie? And just confirm it. If you could please, I don't know if you'll get in touch with him tomorrow, but if Monday you can confirm it with us. We'll put it on the schedule on December 28th, 7 p.m. with Mr. Hennick. Around 2, we'll put around 2 hours meeting, giving a space for the questions. 2 hours. And this is under question. So We don't have to post it. I wonder if we have to post that meeting or not. We'll have to post that meeting because we get together. So it means if we are talking about the 28th,
Are you sure you have the training in there?
we
No, I don't think you have to post training for the board on the website.
you know
Elena.
what? How about, hold on. How about if you ask Mr. Hennick about it? Debbie, he's the #1 person who knows.
You know, the advantage to posting it is there may be other people in the town or other people in different committees and things that are interested. So let's just go ahead and post it and advertise it. And then any other board, anybody wants to come, let them come, you know, let them get on board and do it all at one time.
That's a very good point.
Any problem with it?
Plus, another point, if 2 of us are getting together, that's a public meeting. That's it. So,
It's okay.
yeah, that's why we have to post it. Go ahead, Debbie.
Yeah, actually, thank you, Joan, for saying that, because that was a thought of mine originally, was to do it as a library program where anybody and everybody could, you're right, from different boards or, you know, yes, definitely. That's
You know what, let's first, if we'll do it, if we will open it for the whole town, for the questions, it's going to be endless meeting. So let's do the library board meeting and library board questions. So we all would be a priority with questions. Otherwise, we will have no ability to ask questions. And we need help here. So go ahead. Thank you.
So what I'm thinking, what you're saying, so when I'm going to ask Mr. Hennick if we have to open it up, training to the public. And then if he says yes, then we would just do it like we would do any meeting. And if somebody shows up, they show up. If not, they don't.
Yeah, we're just going to make it a public meeting, public training. That's what it is. Library board, public training.
Yeah. You know, there aren't going to be that many people that are really interested, but there may be 1 or 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
believe me, there will be a lot of people. That's very pricey.
I don't know if anybody picks up on this idea.
He's a person, Joanne, that Mr. Hennick is a person to whom, if anyone has a complaint with the Freedom of Information Act, anyone who has a question with Freedom of Information Act goes to him.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that people coming in and learning about FOI, I don't know how many in town, other than a few people on some boards would be,
Yeah.
you know, would be really, I don't think they're going to flood us. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if that's library board meeting, we have a priority in asking questions.
that's right.
That's all what I'm concerned at this point.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so we are done with that.
Okay, and we can talk about the binders. You guys have, everybody now has a binder. I just wanted to make sure that everybody has the same thing and that it's complete, what you all have together. That I'll send you a copy of the table of contents. As far as things for the future, we still have to think about the mission statement, and we still have to think about the, oh, what did I have here? The things that go along with the 990 form,
Elena,
Yes.
I'm going to have to leave in about 10 minutes.
Okay, well, we are
Okay.
done almost. Debbie,
Okay.
But we'll talk about that later. There are
Okay.
different things that we don't have, like a whistleblower policy. We don't have, I forget what the second thing is. I had a piece of paper with the I can't find it right now.
okay, that's okay. So that's, I think we
Please,
covered.
Don't forget is going to be coming up due. Well, just read through the reminders in the notes. It talks about the flag being replaced. It talks about our security system that is expiring. We're looking into finding what we can do that's cost effective. We, you know, may even get on board with the town. They do state bidding. So, you know, it's self, you know, you have questions, you know, give us a call. It's all kind of listed there. We could expand on it, but, you know,
Okay.
if it's getting late and people want to leave, then.
Okay, so you covered all the major points, yes?
Yeah.
So as I understand, our financial report is okay. There are no major questions with the financial report because Karen Ann is not here. So we
We're
all
in good
set.
shape. We're in really good shape.
Okay, good. So
Yeah.
that's short for the financial report, sorry. Okay, then present to speak. Do we have anyone who is willing to say something to us? That's your time at this point. We have only Cassie and Mr. Oh, that's Joanne. Cassie Lisiewski. Sorry, Cassie, I can't pronounce your name right. I apologize. Your last name. So if you want to say anything, Cassie, you are more than welcome now. I guess not. Cassie, I guess not. Okay, so then we move forward with board's concerns. If any one of the board members has any concerns, which we did not cover during the meeting, that's the time. Okay, well, then we'll move to adjourn the meeting with good wish and hoping that Karen Ann will feel better quick and will be back to normal quickly. We wish you well. And we call this meeting to the end at 8:23. Joy, 8:23. We adjourn the meeting. Okay, ladies, you all have a wonderful night. It was a tough meeting, but I'm glad it finished good. And
Thank you, and
All right. Good night.
okay.
good night.
Good night.